Okay, take two, because I ran out of battery. But anyways, so this is very random. And I have had no inclinations to create videos like ever whatsoever. But all of a sudden I was watching through old YouTube videos on my channel. And I found this vlog that I did of like a fashion show that we held in high school, and it was all very cute, and I saw my friends in high school, and suddenly I thought, why hadn't I started preserving more of these memories? Because I'm 20 now and I'm entering into my last year of college. Crazy, I know, I don't want to think too much about it. But this is the only, as much strife and as much confusion as this time has brought me, this is the only time I'm gonna feel this way ever. You know, moments are fleeting, so I thought I would just start vlogging again and using this also as a way to get over my fear of perfection. I have many hobbies, but I don't often stick to them in fear that I'm not good enough or that I won't be able to execute it perfectly in the way that I want to. So yeah, this is an attempt to overcome that. Also, look at my cat in the back. I think she's so cute. 15-year-old me would be so happy to know that we have a cat now. Yeah, not too much to say. But yeah, this is my dinner. I started grabbing and recording mid-dinner because I was watching my old video. Oh, you can see it. The vlog mid-dinner. It's salmon and rice and Kewpie mayo and sriracha. Pretty good. I don't have seaweed though, but that would have been bomb. I made a little bit of spinach with vinegar. I'm eating it. It's very good. I'm trying my best to be healthier, making my own food, because, well, obviously it's good to not eat processed food, but I just feel like so much of what I eat is kind of like destroying my body from the inside out, as if it doesn't do that for itself already, because your girl has PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Look it up. Many women have it, and I can't tell if it's PCOS or me ruining my life, because I'm tired constantly. I don't think it's the normal amount of tired, because when I go see and like look at my classmates, they all have the energy to go out and like do stuff all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like after class, they'll be like, we're gonna go, you know, hike. And I'm like, you're gonna go hike? Don't even have enough energy to haul my ass back home, and you're gonna go hike? Not that I have anything against hiking. I think, you know, if I had more energy to expend, I would love to hike. But I'm just so tired all the time, and my sleeping schedule awful, and I'm sure that is due to some weird hormonal mix-up. Periods incredibly irregular. Like, I don't even know like how many days or weeks I'm late, or how many months even sometimes. I once had a 100-day cycle. That's how I knew something was wrong. And then I got tested, they're like, you have PCOS. And I was like, great, that's great, I love it. But yeah, so it just makes you super tired. And so it's like sometimes I'll like sleep, and then I'll wake up and I can't go back to sleep anymore, when that's literally all I've wanted to do the entire day. And the other times I sleep and I like can't get out of bed for 18 hours. I joke you not. I'm in the summer program right now. We went on a field trip to San Francisco, and it wasn't even that bad, okay? I only walked like 20,000 steps, which is like not bad, but you know, it's not crazy, right? And I literally had to take the next day off and sleep. I went to bed at like 11. I didn't gain consciousness until 12 at noon the next day. And then I texted my group mates and I feel bad, but I was like, sorry guys, I think something's seriously wrong with me. I think I'm sick. And I just put the phone back down and went back to sleep until like 6 p.m. And like, I don't know if that's normal or not. Everyone keeps telling me, or not everyone, but everyone, I mean TikTok, high cortisol this, high cortisol that. yes, I know I have high cortisol, but what do I do about it? Right? Like, they're like, meditate and get in touch with yourself. But I'm like, I can't be alone with my thoughts for too long. So, you know, that's bad. I don't know, but maybe I need to be taking it more seriously. Okay, but to be fair, I feel like most of the time when they tell you that, you know, there's some magical way to lower your cortisol, it's like trying to find a way to like peddle you some new inane product. So I don't trust that either. But clearly whatever I'm doing isn't working because I'm fucking miserable and tired all the time. So yeah, your girl's not super happy. But yeah, this first vlog I'm doing is so negative. Maybe I should be more happy. It's the summertime and the weather is great. Perfect wind to sun ratio. My favorite type of weather is sunny, but with a noticeable wind. Some people hate the wind. I get it. It's not great for when you got a cute little hairstyle going on, but there's nothing better than listening to some Mitski and letting the wind blow in your hair, right? I've been listening to Francis forever on repeat. Embarrassed to say I got into Mitski quite late, actually. I feel like most people like just are born with like a love for her, and like, you know, I actually only started listening to her when like all her songs started going viral on TikTok, so if that makes me fake, I'm sorry, but I truly respect the craft. Yeah, so, you know, that's happy. That's something that's not making me miserable. That's something that kind of reboosts my energy and decreases my cortisol levels momentarily, at least. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm doing this program right now. Summer program. Because I couldn't get an internship for this summer, and that makes me feel some type of way. But when I think about it some more, it's actually stupid that makes me feel some type of way. Because why am I in such a hurry to like jump to the next stage of my life? So I go to a school where it's like super hustle, you know, people trying to get into consulting, Silicon Valley, like tech jobs, which is really great. It's amazing seeing young people with so much ambition, and sort of not letting the world around them get them down, like moi. Oh my god, found a fish scale. No, it was a chili flake. You can't see it, but trust that it's there. Whoops. Which is amazing, you know, that, you know, I'm around so many smart people, and definitely we elevate each other. But it really gives you like a sense of, you know, it really lights a fire under your ass. Cause like never before did I think, you know, I would have like, my high school self never would have imagined me as like a freshman in college, like furiously making a LinkedIn and crying over how I have no work experience whatsoever, as opposed to like dating boys left and right and, you know, being the most popular girl in school. Well, it's just like a juvenile way to look at things, I suppose. But who knows, right? Who can really say what's wrong and right? Certainly not me. But it's tough. So I'm unemployed this summer, but I decided, you know, to not let this time go to waste, and I'm signing up for a program, or I am in this program at school, which is very cool. It's like architecture, city planning, urban planning, kind of design innovation for creating cities of the future, and how to create cities that are sustainable and cater to the needs like of people and civilization 100 years from now, and, you know, how, in what ways can we make this sort of human-centered design process of cities better. It's been really interesting so far. I will say I'm a complete novice at everything, because what I actually study at school is very, very different from what I do here. But I thought, you know what? In a time of crisis, drastic measures, I say, as it's really only me signing up for a summer program. But no, it's been really good so far. And even though I don't know if that's actually what I'm gonna pursue after grad, I'm glad I had that experience. And, you know, everyone in the program is super duper nice. And it's cool. exercising that part of my brain, which I've never exercised before. I am very bad at the modeling software, Rhino, that we use. And if you're an architecture student, you're probably scoffing at me and being like, you don't even know how to use Rhino? Why don't you just quit? Trust me, I wish I did. I quit in my mind 8 times over while the advisors were showing us the tutorial how to do it. I think my brain just doesn't work like that. I do art, but that kind of stuff might be too sophisticated for me. But yeah. And the program is from 10 to 5. Really not that bad. Not even like a 9 to 5. But again, going back to this tiredness thing, I am so gone at the end of this program. I mean, at the end of the day. Like, is this how all working people feel? That they just want to like give up and like light themselves on fire at like the last hour before they get to go home? Like, is that a bad attitude to have? Like, I signed up for it, so I can't like complain, right? I literally wrote the application and I signed up for it, so I have no room to say anything, and I'm very privileged to be able to, you know, do a summer program and to have a great time. But at the same time, I'm so tired when I go home every day. Like, my back hurts, my feet ache, like, I can barely, like, make dinner, and then sometimes my house gets into such, like, disarray because I'm like, I'll touch it tomorrow. I don't actually end up touching it tomorrow. Tomorrow usually means, like, a week and a half later. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you fix that. Maybe just by sucking less, so maybe I should try that. Yeah. Not sure what to say. This is gonna be a very terrible video. But who cares, right? If nobody watches it, nobody watches it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like saying things sometimes. Like when you're in high school, right? Nobody really prepares you for such a drastic difference between the vibe and the dynamic and the overall cadence of life changes so much when you go to college. See, in high school, I have this thing that I always like to say. In high school, you always have this routine. Like, you always know you're gonna go to class at, 8 or 7:30 or whatever. You know what classes you're gonna have, and you know what you're gonna do after. You know the friends that you're probably gonna hang out with every day, and you just repeat that week after week, month after month for 4 years. And life becomes very predictable. And in that predictability, some kids get sick of it, and they're like, can't wait to go to college. Life is gonna be so crazy and fun. And sometimes it is, not gonna lie. I've had my crazy and fun moments. But when you get into college, suddenly that routine is gone. You get to decide your own time, which is fantastic. Some people are just, born much more independent and are much better at handling themselves. But for me, if you're an anxious people pleaser, overthinker, I just didn't know what to do with my time. I didn't have that group of friends to fall back on. I had to put myself out there, which was making me do crazy things my freshman year, which now me as a rising senior would never even dream of doing. And it takes so much energy out of you too, to just like make these decisions. It's like, okay, well, my class is done. And instead of like in high school, you're like, time to go to my next class, or time to go to lunch, or class is over, let's go to the mall with my friends. Now it's like, okay, class is over, I want to go eat. But where am I going to go eat? Do I have food at home? What kind of food do I want to make at home? Like, and it's like, am I going to go home now? Should I do work? Like, it sounds stupid, right? Like, those are common decisions, but doing that day after day when you're not used to like making these decisions yourself, I think is actually really taxing, and most people don't talk about that, which is why we're so sort of tired and frazzled most of the time when we first get into college, and why most college students' apartments look like a hurricane came and swept the whole thing up. Because it's just so hard, I guess, to like figure out what you're doing with yourself now. And to get into that rhythm of like independence, and you're like, oh, like it's my life, so I decide what I do with my life. Crazy thought, right? And I was one of those people who like thought I had my life set when I was like, what, like 14, which is so stupid now that I think about it. But I thought like, you know, I was going to college and I was going to study this and I was for sure going to pick this career path. And then now I'm here and everything is kind of not falling apart per se, but perhaps the smoke and mirrors are lifting and I'm becoming more aware to the actual difficulties in life and the difficulties I'm posing for myself. And so it's tough, it really is. And now that you only have this sort of like one more year of college left to be able to like socially acceptable to make these sort of like stupid college student mistakes, that's becoming a bit tough too. Just like sort of fathoming that, you know, after this it's really like no more hand holding, like you're your own person out in the world. And no matter how many TikToks you watch about what it's like to be a working girly, what it's like to be a corporate baddie, how to get your life together, how to lower your cortisol, you will still have moments where it's like, what's going on? Why is everyone kind of just like fine, but I'm like not fine? And that's really weird. Yeah. And I feel like I'm just the type of person who has to like, when I feel something like that, I just have to say it just to like get it off my chest. But some people, you know, are just like totally chill with keeping that stuff to themselves, which is like respect, you know, like I totally want to be like cool and mysterious, but I unfortunately talk a lot, clearly. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like in daily life, at least for me, I constantly feel like I have to be so staged all the time. Like there's a way I should be talking around certain types of people and, you know, things I should say and shouldn't say and the right things to say, which is a skill to have for sure if you practice it enough. But it's also, I think, really, really exhausting. If you can't tell, I'm tired all the time. It's just why I like constantly having to manage my image. Like, does this person hate me? Does this person like me? How long are they gonna like me for? Can I trick them into staying around? Etc., etc. So, yeah, I mean, the college is going good. So far, I think I've had a good, overall the trend is good with the trend is good with some overall quite big dips that caused the mean to probably go down more than I would have liked it to. But it's fine. We're doing fine. We're processing, we're moving along. You know? And things in life will move as they should. I always think about, there's this one quote from How I Met Your Mother. I know the show has aged terribly, but still very fond of it. It's my like sick show. Where Stella is like, you know, saying something akin to the lines of, the universe is moving as fast as it can, and whatever is awaiting you is already coming as fast as it can. Don't feel like, and what I took away from that was like, don't feel like you have to rush into this next stage. Not to say that there isn't points where you should be taking initiative or that you should be, you know, cleaning up your act when you catch yourself slipping a little bit, especially when it's like matters of health and safety and whatnot. But it's that all these uncertainties, they'll come. Like the answer will come whether you like it or not. And it's just a matter of waiting. And maybe, again, this is really obvious to some people, but for me, as an overthinker, I'm constantly kind of just like digging myself into a hole and being like, you know, how do I answer this question when I don't even know what it is that I'm asking, really? Or if like I even want to know for real. And sometimes you don't want to know, you know? So yeah, I think a large part of being in college has been learning to live with the uncertainty of what's gonna come next, which is weird, definitely. Again, going back to high school, like you always knew pretty much what was gonna come next. You knew what each day would look like. But now it's like, you know, it's completely up to you, and that's a little bit terrifying. To some people, it's like, hell yeah, I get to do whatever the hell I want to do. But for me, it's like, oh my God, I get to do what I want to do. Because then now you have to ask yourself, what is it that I want to do? And then it's like, whatever you fill your time with, that's who you are, you know? Who, the hobbies you engage in, the music you listen to, the way that you walk, the way that you interact with life and nature and the people around you and classes and your general philosophy, that's who you are, right? Or at least parts of it. And so what you spend your time on is who you are. And I think my sense of identity has both been brought in and warped quite a bit, I think, by college. And having this time to sort of unlimited time to question pretty much everything. So, and I think also, not to be annoying, but in the age of information, I feel like a mother being like, it's because of that phone. But sometimes, guys, if we're being so honest, it is because of that phone. Like, I don't think we were ever meant to be bombarded with so many people's opinions. Which is not to say that, you know, a lot of media has had a lot of benefits in terms of how we spread news, how we spread information, how we can sort of, as society, free ourselves from the vested interests of, you know, corporations who are just looking to make a quick buck off of us. But in the other sense, like, sometimes we're just listening to people talk for the sake of listening to people talk, and then kind of, you know, internalizing that information when all of it was supposed to be nothing more than opinion. Right? And it's like, people get triggered and people argue, and suddenly things of like basic morality become these really complex questions. Spoiler alert, they are not. But we let ourselves be influenced in this way, which I think is interesting. It's part of what I study, so always very fascinated about that area. In the echo chambers of the internet, how can we stay true to ourselves? Right. But I think I'm diverging. Diverging from what? I've literally opened this camera and just started talking. So, diverging from what? But yeah. Not really too sure what's going on in the world. And like every conversation I have with my friend now is being like, did you hear this happen? Us being like, yeah, that's crazy. And then us kind of just being like, collective group sigh. Being like, yeah, man. Because like, truly, what else can you do? Truly. Right? I think to a certain extent, you are the master of your own destiny. To a certain extent, you are nothing but a hollow puppet of the universe. And sometimes you have to learn to, you know, step into one role or the other as it necessitates. Which I'm still very much learning to do, because I kind of, if like the world is moving forward, I just kind of sometimes want to lay flat with my face on the pavement, and let like a car run me over or something, just to make it stop moving. But it doesn't, so what else can you do but pick yourself up and keep going, you know? Yeah. I don't really understand the point of what I was trying to say. I think the point has been lost at this point. I don't know, I'm having a good time. And, you know, if I'm having a good time, that's all that really matters, right? But yeah. You guys want to see my cat? Let's go see. Guys, I've been talking for 24 minutes and girl sure can yap. Say hello to my pretty cat. Isn't she cute? Focus. Hi, sweetie. Oh my god, look at that face. Sorry guys, she's camera shy. Even when I call my parents, she doesn't even want to like look at them in the face, which hurts their feelings a bit. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll start sort of vlogging. God, I hate that. When I say vlog, it reminds me of like David Dobrik and like his little like gang of hooligans back in the day. And then if I say like video diary, I feel like that's too nonchalant. It's like, you know, it's like I'm recording myself and editing this whole aesthetic video, but it's like, who even cares, right? Because it's like, I want to be doing that. I don't know what I'll be calling it. What else would you call it? Just like video entries, dream happenings, thought train ramblings, whatever this is. It's just a vlog. Just call it a vlog. Yeah, I'll just do that. But yeah, this has been fun. I've been really enjoying doing this. And if you find it annoying, I'm sorry, but I cannot physically stop myself. If I see you across the room, I will go like this. Like, it'll just happen. It'll happen. I don't really have control over it. But yeah, this has been fun. Can't wait to see what else I'll do. Or maybe I'll never do this ever again. And this will just become lost media. And the world will crumble. And aliens will find the ruins of civilization. And they will find this SD card. And think. And be like, wow. Good thing they went extinct. This girl sounds crazy. But yeah. I don't know how to end videos, so goodbye.